Hello and welcome to MRCPsych on the Go Revision Essentials. My name is Dr. Alapa Surlicker and I'm a psychiatry trainee in the west of Scotland. Like many of you, I spent a lot of time commuting. This was valuable time that I could have spent revising for the MRCPsych examination. And so, I've started this podcast to help you revise on the go. Each episode breaks down one high-yield topic mapped to the syllabus. This is then followed by 5 questions to help reinforce your learning. So, grab your headphones, turn travel time into revision time, and let's get started. In episode 15, we introduced personality using type and trait theories. We briefly discussed how Carl Jung described personality using introversion, extroversion, and psychological functions. In this episode, we build on that foundation and explore Jung's full theory of personality in more detail. Jung believed that personality differences are not random. Instead, they reflect consistent patterns in how individuals direct their psychological energy and how they process information. He described 2 core attitudes: introversion and extroversion. Introversion refers to directing psychological energy inward. Individuals who are more introverted tend to focus on their internal world of thoughts, reflections, and subjective experiences. They may prefer solitary activities and deeper reflection. Extroversion refers to directing psychological energy outward. Individuals who are more extroverted tend to focus on the external world, including people and activities. They often seek stimulation and interaction. Importantly, these exist on a spectrum, and most individuals show a preference rather than a fixed category. Remember, personality differences can be explained by attitudes, with introversion focusing inward and extroversion focusing outward. Jung also proposed that individuals differ in how they perceive and evaluate the world. He described 4 psychological functions: sensation, intuition, thinking, and feeling. Sensation involves perceiving information through the senses and focusing on concrete details. Intuition involves perceiving patterns and meanings beyond immediate sensory input. Thinking involves logical reasoning and objective decision-making. Feeling involves decision-making based on values, relationships, and emotional significance. Each individual has a dominant function that shapes their personality and behaviour, but less developed functions may remain unconscious. These pairings became the foundational framework for the famous personality test, Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. Remember, personality differences arise from 4 psychological functions: sensation, intuition, thinking, and feeling, with one dominant function guiding behaviour. Now, let's look at the structure of the psyche. Jung proposed that personality is also shaped by the structure of the mind. He described 3 components: the ego, personal unconscious, and collective unconscious. The ego representing conscious awareness and identity. The personal unconscious containing memories and complexes unique to the individual. And the collective unconscious, a universal layer shared across all humans. For example, a person may consciously see themselves as confident and capable, reflecting the ego. However, they may carry an unconscious inferiority complex from earlier experiences, influencing their behaviour in subtle ways, which reflects the personal unconscious. At the same time, they may respond to universal themes such as authority, care, or threat in ways shaped by shared human patterns, reflecting the collective unconscious. These structures interact to shape personality and behaviour. Remember, the psyche, which is the totality of the mind, consists of the ego, the personal unconscious, and the collective unconscious, all of which contribute to personality. Within the collective unconscious are archetypes. Archetypes are innate, universal patterns of thought, perception, and behaviour that are shared across all humans. They are not specific memories, but underlying predispositions that shape how individuals interpret experiences and respond to the world. These archetypes are often expressed symbolically in dreams, myths, and cultural narratives. Common symbolic themes include figures such as the hero, the mother, and the wise old man. These are not literal inherited images, but recurring patterns that represent universal human experiences, such as struggle, care, and guidance. Key archetypes include the following: the self, representing the integration and wholeness of the personality; the shadow, representing the unconscious and often unacceptable aspects of the self; the persona, representing the social role or mask presented to others. Jung proposed that all individuals contain both masculine and feminine psychological tendencies, the anima and animus. The anima refers to the unconscious feminine aspect within men, whereas the animus refers to the unconscious masculine aspect within women. These archetypes influence personality by shaping patterns of behaviour, emotional responses, and identity formation. For example, an individual may repeatedly take on a caregiving role in relationships, reflecting a caregiver archetype, or feel driven to overcome adversity, reflecting a hero pattern. Remember, archetypes are universal, inherited patterns within the collective unconscious that shape how individuals perceive, interpret, and respond to the world. Jung also introduced the concept of synchronicity. Synchronicity refers to meaningful coincidences, where events occur without a clear causal relationship but are experienced as significant by the individual. Jung suggested that these events reflect a connection between internal psychological processes and external experiences. Rather than being explained by cause and effect, synchronicity emphasizes the subjective meaning that individuals attach to events. For example, a person may be thinking intensely about a close friend they have not spoken to in years, and then unexpectedly receive a message from them on the same day. Although there is no causal link, the coincidence may feel personally meaningful and reinforce certain beliefs or emotional states. In personality theory, this highlights Jung's broader view that human experience is shaped not only by biological and psychological processes, but also by meaning and interpretation. Remember, synchronicity describes meaningful coincidences without causal links, emphasizing the role of subjective meaning in psychological experience. Another central concept in Jung's theory is individuation. Individuation refers to the lifelong process of integrating conscious and unconscious aspects of the personality. This involves recognizing hidden aspects such as the shadow and developing less dominant functions. Through individuation, individuals achieve a more balanced and integrated personality. Remember, personality develops through individuation, a lifelong process of integrating conscious and unconscious aspects of the self. Jung's ideas remain useful for understanding identity, symbolic thinking, and personality structure. They also highlight that personality is dynamic and continues to develop across the lifespan. Now, let's test your recall. I will read out 5 exam-style questions. After each one, I will pause for 10 seconds so you can attempt them before hearing the answer. Question 1. What are Jung's 2 personality attitudes? Introversion and extroversion. Question 2. Which function focuses on concrete sensory information? Sensation. Question 3. Which function involves logical reasoning? Thinking. Question 4. What are archetypes? Universal patterns in the collective unconscious. Question 5. What is individuation? The integration of conscious and unconscious aspects of personality. Let's summarise what we have learnt today. Jung proposed that personality differences arise from psychological attitudes, introversion and extroversion, as well as dominant functions, including thinking, feeling, sensation and intuition. Personality is also shaped by deeper unconscious structures, including the personal unconscious, collective unconscious, archetypes and complexes. Over time, personality develops through individuation, a process of integrating conscious and unconscious aspects of the self. Together, these ideas provide a comprehensive psychoanalytic theory of personality that is highly relevant for the examination. Thank you very much for listening to this episode of MRCpsych on the Go Revision Essentials. I hope this episode helped to move your revision forward. If you have any questions or just want to continue the discussion, you can find me on LinkedIn at MRCpsych on the Go, spelled MRCPsych on the Go. This podcast is about making revision accessible. If you found it useful, liking and sharing it with others helps the goal more than anything else. That's it for today. I'm Dr. Alapas Ehrlicher, and as always, keep revising on the go.